Yo, wagwan. Welcome to this video. We have a guest here today, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name's Adrian. I'm a freelance video editor, and I'm here today just to talk a little bit about what that entails and like what I do and how I got started.
You posted that screenshot on your story. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, the little
yo,
20K.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to send that to me too. I wanna put that. I didn't screenshot it, but I wanna put that on this video somewhere.
Oh, that was fire. That was fire. That was just like the way that Upwork works.
Yeah.
It'll tell you like from 1 to 10K, it'll tell you every thousand that you earned. But from 10 to 20K, it doesn't say anything. So like if you could have 19K earned and your profile says 10K. It says 10K plus. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So when you break that 20K, it's like this profile, like my profile literally just doubled.
yeah.
It just doubled in value.
Yo,
Like
yeah, man.
it's like that, straight like that is, it's kind of messed up that the system works that way, but it also,
Yeah.
when you're on the winning side, it's like, oh, it goes very hard. Because then it's locked in too. Like it's not yearly earnings or anything. That's permanent.
That's
20K.
like permanent
Yeah.
20K. Yeah, that's dope, man. I like how I didn't know Upwork does that. Like I didn't know they tell you like it's like a milestone thing, man. And definitely that's dope. Congratulations on that because anybody who does online work like understands,
It's
takes a lot.
weird doing the creative stuff, like doing video editing. I think it can be really just like confusing,
Yeah.
how to even get into it. And I mean, my circumstance was very specific
Yeah.
because like I had spent a lot of years practicing video editing like pretty intensely, and when I got kind of thrust into it, I ran out of job, and then like just didn't like I'm like I have to have bread, I
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
do
you gotta get
something.
paid.
So I just kind of grinded that out immediately. Like I was like, I can go like apply at Dunkin' Donuts right now, or I can like just do nothing else but do applications.
Yeah.
And it wasn't immediate either. I mean, I got work immediately, but it was still very slow. You know what I mean? Like it was still really like, it was super sketchy for a while
Yeah.
where I was like barely making enough, and my bills are not that expensive, but even with that, it was still like, it was
Yeah.
really stressful for a minute. Now it's like, it still could be stressful, but it's definitely been chilled. A lot of this year has been pretty easy.
Oh, 2024
2024 has been a little bit different
first
for sure.
quarter.
So we're just gonna hope that that stays like that to
Yeah.
some extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
hope that
'cause I feel like it will with more people going online for just like creators like looking for somebody to edit a video or looking for somebody to create like a logo. Like most
it's an
times
expanding
people,
industry.
yeah, people want something like kind of quick or like on a time span, and it's like they just go straight online, So I feel like it's gonna be more honestly like over even by the time it gets to the election and the whole usually when it comes to like the capital the whole capitalist
Yeah, yeah.
vibe with like everybody buying stuff, and in a year like 2024 with all this stuff happening, people are running online to get videos out like fast.
Dude, so
like,
weird
thumbnail
videos
people,
too.
yeah,
Like
yo,
weird, like you would not believe the type of video content
Yeah.
that people just want to
they
make.
just want yeah
I don't even
Like-
know why they're making some of this stuff. But there's
Just
this one guy,
whatever.
bro, there's this one guy. He pays me like a pretty decent amount. He's definitely like a crux of my monthly income.
Yeah.
And those videos get like 12 views a month. Like
Wow.
they are not getting views.
Yeah.
But I think he works in like an insurance like related thing. So I think what he does is he shows it to like his bosses like
Yeah.
once a month, and then they're like, oh, we like that. You know what I mean? And then like he feels his job might be a little more secure, like something like that. Because he's always just telling me like, oh, I can't wait to show this to everybody. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So it's like, it's just like this. That's when it's locked in. Where
yeah, that's
where
when you
it's-
know you have a seasoned client like and then every time you get better, because the more you're working with that client, it's almost like it gets to a point where you just know exactly what they want.
Yeah, dude, he paid me extra last time because I went so
Yo.
crazy on it, just for no reason. I was like, oh, okay, okay, like, all right.
That's nice, bro. That's nice, bro. So yeah, so I want to get into some of the questions I had.
Yeah.
Um, so what do you like? What would you say it is that you do? Like specifically, if you would, like, if you had to explain it to somebody who's never done it before, and they're like, "What the hell is this online? What is it that you do
Yeah.
exactly? You
My
go on the
my
computer. What is it? What
yeah.
are you doing?"
So my exact title would be freelance video editor, and what that would entail would just be doing, yeah, I work freelance. So I do any,
Yeah,
like, I'll pick up any job basically that's within my budget and within my like my time constraints.
yeah,
Which is a lot, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I'm down for a lot of different things, and
Mm-hmm.
I've taken. Sometimes you don't know how long like a project's gonna take, but it's just whatever, you know, like we'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
run it.
You
But
just
so
run it by.
very specifically, what I do on a week to week basis is I sit on my computer on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's the like hottest days, and I go on Upwork.com and I just sit and I run through applications I do it a lot, like not just Tuesday and Wednesday, but really the important ones are on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I just
Yeah,
am just sitting, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
work out like quite a bit too, so I have like exercise stuff in my room, and I'll just kind of
Uh,
work out, hop on the thing, work out, like back and forth. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
like
what's up.
really.
The grind.
There's a
Yeah,
lot.
man.
To keep it nice, but
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
go anywhere either.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a nice little flow.
That's dope, man. So freelance video edit. Like, how did you learn to do that? Like, did you like self-taught? What is
Yeah,
you
self-taught.
YouTube?
So I
What do
learned. I
you?
just taught myself how to edit because I made
Uh,
beats for a while, and
mm-hmm,
I taught myself most of that. I mean, there's some stuff like with that was like you have to watch a little YouTube, but
mm-hmm.
then in my opinion, making videos is easier than making beats.
Yeah.
Like in my experience as
Mm-hmm.
someone who, I kind of do them from a similar perspective where it's like a form of editing, even the way I make beats where I'm
Yeah.
like kind of, you know, arranging sounds and clicking them in a lot
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So I would say that's how I got into it, was just playing around with editing music, and then it's like, let's edit some videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I did it, and I'm like, oh, that's really easy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
really,
Way
really easy.
easier, way easier. Yeah, yeah, man. I can relate. I can relate with that. So, all right. So let's say I want to get started in this
Yeah.
like editing thing. Like some people would never know nothing about editing. Like,
Yeah.
what would I need to do to get started? Like,
Well,
what software? What do I do? What do I like? What do I get videos? Like, what would you say?
I mean,
How
a
do you
lot of
start?
like, you can use, two softwares you could use.
Mm-hmm.
I'm personally, I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and
Yeah.
that's what you'll come across as like the industry standard for the most part.
Okay.
DaVinci Resolve is also really good from what I
Mm-hmm.
understand, and
You used
is,
DaVinci before?
I haven't used it, but
Oh.
I mean, I tried it, but it was very different, and I'm like, I'm mostly editing for work, so it's
Yeah,
like I
yeah, yeah.
haven't taken a lot of time to
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Yeah.
play with it. But
I feel that.
I've heard DaVinci is really good, and there is people on Upwork. I see people on Upwork who are looking for DaVinci editors. It's
Oh.
not like all the time, but there is a good amount. Like definitely, like
Okay.
that's definitely a niche, and it's
So
not bad at
I
all.
jump into Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yeah,
That's what you recommend. And then what?
that's the easiest. That's easy too.
All
Like
right. Yeah,
Adobe
that's
Premiere
just
Pro
what.
is really simple, like
Okay.
straightforward.
And then what's the next move? What's the?
I mean, just learn how to cut, like learn how to compress a video, and not even like, even before getting into the technicals of like what is a good cut or whatever, just learn how to like do it. You know what I mean? The way I learned how to cut was doing music videos, like just doing very simple music videos where I'm
Okay.
just like, okay, I just want it to change here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of finding the rhythm
Yeah.
and like pacing of cutting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cause that's the most basic and the most annoying part of editing. Like, is just sitting and like, okay, like, you know what I mean? We have to cut
Yeah,
to
yeah.
this,
You
this,
gotta
this,
do
this.
all the little cuts and the little.
Yeah, just knowing
Yeah.
like what, like just getting really comfortable with that whole process. Even just getting comfortable with pressing C, V, and B. You know what I mean? Like C to use cut, V to fucking move up and down, and
Yeah.
then B B is when you're advanced. You know what I mean? Like that's the jump. It will basically, you can shorten the clip and it will jump and like push it back
Oh.
for you, so you don't have to cut it and then move it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a really good skill to have, and I think that like just being comfortable with the whole process is like a huge W. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot you're gonna have to learn, but having those good basics down will just make it like it's really simple. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a lot of editing is actually a very, very simple process, and kind of similar to making beats. You're gonna be rewarded greatly from figuring out how to do those more simple parts.
So let's say I wanted to start. I got Adobe Premiere Pro, and what would you say was like the easiest type of videos? Like you said, music videos or
Yeah,
what?
music
But
videos I think are a good way to
does
start.
like say like a starter person, they don't have anybody to do a video. What would you say? Like, do they just use other videos that they've seen
If
online
you
or
want to
what?
do it literally how I did it, like and this might even be easier even if you don't make music, is just like get like a little lo-fi beat, you know what I mean? Some maybe some like anime clips, and then just see like how do you like can you make it something you like, you know?
Okay.
Like that's of course if you're into that stuff. If you're not into that, I don't know. That's like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
different. But like I don't know if you're someone who like smokes weed and watches fucking YouTube a lot. This is probably something you know like
Yeah.
that you could catch a vibe for.
Yeah, yeah. So find basically something that
Something
you're
simple.
vibing with and edit whatever like you like watching. You would say,
Yeah, and
say,
I think music is a nice way to start in a lot of ways because it's
yeah.
very like you don't have to think like I don't know you don't have to think about it that much. But it's also different for like everybody. I think that's also just how I'm inclined. You know, it might be
Yeah,
easier
yeah.
if you record yourself and then just try to make it like a cohesive talking head video. That's still like
Okay.
that's also a good idea. Start simple though, for
Yeah.
sure.
And you don't need any certificates,
No,
right?
no,
No, okay. You just start doing that.
no,
People will
no,
just
no.
like they're not like, oh, let's see your certificate before I do a video. It's not like that.
Another big thing I would say for specifically doing freelance video editing is you want to learn how to write cover letters. Like they don't have to be crazy, and like I actually got pretty far. Like
What's the cover letter? What's the
the cover letter is like when you're so when you're submitting an application for a job or like really any job but like especially like the gig work, you get like a little cover letter so you're writing like a little intro for yourself like
okay?
hello like you know my name's Adrian you know this is I read your posting whatever you know it's kind of just a general like you just want to sound like you have a good vocabulary and like you can actually do what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's like a little bit more difficult. And literally, dude, I got through a lot of time. I mean, I definitely would have made more money if I didn't do this, but I was just copy pasting, bro. Like I just had like wrote like a couple cover letters and would just copy paste, change it around a little bit. Not, I don't recommend it, but they will work. Like even like just figuring out how to like sound good
Yeah.
is like a very important part. You really
Okay.
want to like play the
So
part.
make sure you figure out how to sound good. So you get the style, you know what you want to do, like anime editing or whatever style you like.
Just something
Figure out
simple.
your cover letter so you can be messaging like potential clients, right, or people that you want to work on their gig and know what you're saying.
Yeah, like just like, you want to sound real. Like
You
you
want
just
to
want
sound real. All right, yeah.
because they're not gonna go like they're not like gonna check you through your resume like necessarily. They're more gonna, you know, it's like they're gonna say like they're probably gonna look at one link. You know, if you put a little link in there, they'll look at the link and that like you pretty much just get your words and a link, and that's like your chance. You know
Yeah.
what I mean to get that
Okay.
job.
So that's the secret sauce. Your words, know what you're saying when you message, and whatever link you have on your Upwork.
And try to make it direct. Like a tip I got, I ended up working with like a kind of popping company one time. It was
Oh.
cool. They were doing like a project with Amazon,
Oh.
and I it was nice because they paid me $800 to just put subtitles on a video, like just to like put little
Wow.
text on a video. Yeah, so it was like it was kind of clean. That was a little bit clean. And when what he told to me, like what the guy who hired me said to me when he hired me was like he really liked that my link was just directly to a video with no like you don't have to like go through my Dropbox or like go through my portfolio. It was just directly to a pertinent video. And that was the biggest tip he gave me was just don't have people like trying to figure out what to do to see your videos. Just
Okay.
send it straight to them, because
Okay.
that is the easiest way to show that
So
you
you
know
send
what
the
you're
link
doing.
in the video when you're sending, and you message them?
Yeah, in the
To-
cover letter, I just directly linked a pertinent video, so
Okay.
that way, like, you know what I mean.
What's that video? What do you have in that video?
That was another video I did for this like farming company in India. It was kind of overpriced, low key, like, or like underpriced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't pay me that much for how much like fucking revisions they wanted, but it was actually ended up being really good, because then it got me this other job that was like
Oh,
paid way
okay.
more. But it was funny too, because I had only just finished that Indian farming video. Like, I
Wow.
was pissed off for like 2 weeks finishing that. It was like $250 probably, and it took like, yeah, 2 weeks, because they just keep not responding, and you know what I mean,
Yeah,
like all
yeah,
types of
yeah.
silly shit. But then the moment that was done, I sent that in for this little Amazon Web Service slalom thing, like this little business thing, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, bro, it's good to go." So it was like, okay, like, happy
Yo.
I grinded that out. Happy.
Yeah.
That's another thing, is you have to do like shit work. You know what I mean? You have to
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of work that's like not worth the money and not worth the.
But it'll push you to it, like maybe
You just
something
have
even
to do
bigger.
it. Yeah, you have to do that stuff. You can avoid it to an extent if you learn how to read applications, and you learn how to, like, check how much do they pay an hour. Like,
Mm.
check what that client usually pays, and if they're paying 10 an hour, don't
Yeah,
apply.
yeah.
Don't
All
apply.
right. So make sure you're checking how much you're before you're messaging people. Make sure you're checking how much they're like paying if they have like a gig up or something like that.
That's an important one. And like, I mean, this is like less, but if they have a bunch of names that all sound like Middle Eastern or something, or like Indian, they're probably not gonna hire you if you're an American person. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
Oh, that's a
most
good tip.
likely, yeah. That's something I check a lot too, is
Mm-hmm.
the client history, because there's a lot of work that gets outsourced to India and stuff, and like, for good sense, they can able to work for a completely different price.
Yeah,
So
complete different price. So yeah, gotta watch out for that. How do you even get clients? Like, are you just reaching out to people
yep.
on there
Yep, people just
directly?
post a posting on the Upwork list, like on the Upwork feed, I guess, and then you have to spend a little bit of money. You pay for these things called connects. They're like $2.50 or something like that. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can buy them. I mean, you can buy them in $10 packages, whatever. But like, one application is usually like 25 cents to 75 cents, like,
Mm.
for one application. Sometimes even more expensive than that. So that's kind of annoying, because
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to submit 30 applications in a day. It's like, you're probably going to
Oh,
spend like $15 right now, at least.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's like, I don't love that. That kind of pisses me off sometimes. But
But you just do it.
yeah, I make enough money now. It's okay. And
Yeah.
I'll put down my credit card. I'll put
Yeah,
down my credit
smart,
card
smart.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But
That's what.
uh,
So that's how so you just
yeah,
directly on
you
there.
buy connects, and then there's jobs get posted, and then you just use a certain amount of connects, and you can send a cover letter
Mm-hmm.
and whatever link, and then that's how I get a lot of my jobs.
That's dope. That's dope,
Man,
man. Have you
that's
ever had somebody like a client that was like unsatisfied and like, oh, your work is.
honestly, the only time I ever had it go bad was when I accepted a job that was definitely supposed to be outsourced to like a person in India or
Yeah.
something. Because
Oh.
that was the only time, because they're trying to pay like $5 and they have like 10 revisions. You know what I mean? And
Oh.
it's like you're out of your gourd. But
Yeah.
besides that, I've never really had a dissatisfied customer, I would say. I have to think about that. Very, like, I have like a 95% job success score,
Yeah.
so it's like, usually
Yeah. Your work
we
must
can
be really
figure it
good.
out. We can figure it out,
Yeah.
because
So make sure your work is good. So
and just
your
learn the
work is good.
software, like, because you can figure it out
Yeah.
if you learn the software. And most people are not that picky. Like, I think a lot of it too is the way I approach it. Like, you don't want to come in like, just, okay, what do you want? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you want to come in with a little bit of a creative ego, so that way you can like
Yeah.
direct the video and make sure it looks good, instead of them having some like weird idea that they want, and like, it's like very impossible to meet exactly what's in their eye.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely want to, like, I take a little charge, I'd say. When I can, at least I try to, like, I'm like, okay, this is what I picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I tell them straight up, like, I work better if you let me, like, kind of just cook something for you. Like, I don't need too much
Yeah.
from you, and I'll just cook something,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there. And that I find that pretty much every time works. Like,
Oh.
and that's never really that guy. that's never really a crazy issue. I think that's like a natural skill that I have though too. It's like almost like a manipulative thing,
Yeah.
like in a way where you want to just don't even open the door to them like
Yeah.
being all type of like oh I'm the you know what I mean, like I'm the editor.
So
Like,
you're the editor. You
yeah.
take control. You take the like the gig or the work however you're comfortable with doing it. Because and if you're
Yeah.
going like letting them take all the control and you're not
And then it's a
comfortable.
struggle and it's
Yeah,
really
you don't
hard
have
because you're not gonna match what they're doing, so you have to like you
just
have
come
to
out the gate like that. Come out the gate straight up with
like
that.
ready, like you know what I
Ready,
mean, like
yeah.
I like.
Have your process. This is how I do it.
And you can ask them to not send you too much. Like you can, I mean, like obviously you're gonna need the footage and stuff, but you can ask like to not have too much of an outline. Or it depends, you know. Like sometimes like I get like a short film job. I had this one girl. It's crazy. She was paying me actually a good amount of bread to do her college, like to edit her college like short film.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
That's
fire.
dope. That's cool.
And that one, it was like, it was kind of interesting because I was like, I just had her lay out everything. You know what I mean? That she wanted. Like I had her just like, I'm like, whatever, like just give me the specifics of what you want. And then I think that's maybe a little easier once you're farther along. You know what I mean? Like
so you get like the intermediate better.
yeah, because
you know?
well, that's really easy when you do it that way too, because then you can just do exactly what they say, and they really can't like argue with you about it. You know what I mean? Like they're just
Because you have an outline, so they know what to expect.
exactly.
Basically, so,
And that it all depends on the client. It really does
Yeah.
depend on the client.
And on the client. How do you get your videos? Like, what do they?
I
do you
use
do?
Dropbox.
Okay.
Like I'll have them send me something like a Dropbox link or sometimes Google Drive. You know what I mean? Like I'll just have them just those two services. I've had people upload terabytes of video to me on Dropbox before. You know what I mean? So you'll be good. Like that Dropbox is a great and I think free. I think you can use it for free. I pay for it probably, but you can just get that and that is more than enough. I almost canceled Dropbox because I had too much storage on it, and then I was like, oh wait, I gotta use this. This is crazy.
Wow. So you get it on the Dropbox. They send you the footage, and you know what they want. They know what they want. So you get to work. How are you doing this? Like, are you getting it to immediately? Does it take you like
Yeah.
a whole day? Usually, like, say on average, how long would it take you to do like one video?
It really varies. I'd say usually at least a couple days. Sometimes a day.
So maybe
Sometimes
less than a week.
Yeah, it depends. It really depends. I mean, I can get you definitely a first draft before the end of the week. But some like it's one of those things where it's like people are gonna listen to you. So like you just have to feel it out, like see how long it takes. Like it's another one of those ones where being more of like an assertive personality is really an advantage because you can tell them immediately how long. Like I'll usually predict like it'll be like a couple days. You know what I mean, to get a first draft, and it usually takes like a couple days.
Okay, because when I was on when I look on there, like some people have like a timeline, like 3 days, 5 days.
Oh, and dude, so much of those are spam. So much of those are spam ones.
Yeah, they're
too.
like add $100 for 3 less days or whatever. Like it's so much. So I'm like, I was wondering like how do.
No, that's Joker stuff. Like real clients, like usually they will probably tell you like I need it like within this time frame. Like I need like a couple days.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to play with that and figure it out. But a lot of it is kind of like communication games and just figuring out like what do I say so that I'm not being like a dick, but I'm also not like letting them just tell me how like what's happening.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you figure out your communication good, so it'll best help you when you're doing it, because you don't want to just start doing it and you're like, oh, I'm uncomfortable with this work. It's not what I thought. It's not that much money. Or
and just don't be afraid to like just be like. I like sometimes I'll ask, you know what I mean? Like what's your timeline? Like what's your projected timeline? Or and that can be a pretty good question because if you word it correctly, it can sound like you're expecting a few days. You know what I mean? Like definitely I would say don't ask, do you need this today? Like, do you need
okay,
something
yeah,
like that? Like,
yeah.
don't like that would not really be a smart question to ask because
Yeah.
like you just have people pressing you. You don't want that.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I want to get straight to it. How much? We gotta say it. We gotta say it. I wanna know. Wanna know because you posted it on your story.
Oh, yeah.
So how much you made so far on Upwork?
On Upwork?
Along with your milestone. Let's talk about that. Your milestone.
So yeah, Upwork we're at 20K total, or it's at probably maybe like 21K now.
Wow.
It's definitely good. It's definitely
Yo,
it's definitely
20K, yo. Upwork. Come on now, yo. That's good, bro. That's good. I don't care what nobody wanna say. People like can make money online. This is online. You know, this is not you going outside, walking and like putting up posters and like asking
Yeah, no, I
somebody
was just
like,
sitting in my room. Just sitting in my room.
in a room. Wow.
Yeah, 20K on Upwork, and more than that too, because I have clients who I don't work with on Upwork. You know what I
Oh my
mean? So there's
gosh,
probably
bro.
like
And how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 25.
25, bro. All right. Come on. This is that's dope. That's dope. That's dope, bro.
We're locked and loaded, bro.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to
And yeah,
ready to go.
man.
I'm ready to go.
There's like a economic revolution happening. Like, oh man. So you finish high school?
Actually, I dropped out. But I got my
Dropped out.
I got my equivalency, but it's like yeah, it doesn't really.
Yo, he's like, are you making 20K on Upwork? I don't know, but okay. And did you go to that college? Did you do college?
I did like a half a semester, but I didn't really. It wasn't like I didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't do too good.
You just
with it.
wasn't vibing.
No, I wanted to, I actually dropped out and started making beats.
Yeah.
But it was actually good because like that's what got me into editing. So
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of like a weird, like auxiliary.
That's good.
journey.
That's good
You know
because
what I mean?
it still pivoted you to whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
it's something I'm passionate about that I get to do for a living. So it's like
Yeah.
like I literally dropped out of college because I was just like I
Yeah.
want to do something I'm passionate about, and I don't think I'm gonna do that here. So.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Then it worked.
And that's fine. That's fine because you're still doing your thing right now. You know, so like, that's
It's similar to college. If you have 20K on Upwork, when you're applying for jobs, it's a similar level of. It's in some ways more valuable than even going to college because
Yeah.
you have vetted experience doing professional video editing work, and like that's like it took me for reference, right? It's 20K, but I was doing it for like a year and a half. So 20K living on 20K a year is already like you can't really run that. Like I was only able to do like such a low income because my rent is low for like some weird stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not like ridiculously low, but it's like me and my roommate would pay like a K total. You know what I mean? So it's like that's pretty chill rent for what it is. And then on top of that, like I definitely was like hot a little bit for like coming into Upwork a little bit hot from the jump. Like I think a lot of people struggle even making that first 10K.
Yeah.
So there is that element to it too, but a lot of it is feeling like it's barely working. You know what I mean? Like even when it's hot, even when it seems obvious that this is gonna get you like somewhere farther.
Yeah.
It's still gonna have that feeling too of like it's not just fun. You know what I mean? Like it's a little sketchy.
You gotta still step in there.
And that first year and a half, first full year is like okay. Like once you get there, it's like okay, we have made it.
Yeah. Gotta put in that work.
You know what's weird though is I feel like I hit 10K like around when I hit 1 year. Like,
Wow.
yeah, and then another 10K in the like 6 months after, which was like, okay, like, okay, let's like.
That's a steady. That's still yo. Listen, man. Not everybody knows anything about even offering their skills online, or that you can actually do that. Some people just go directly to school and then try to get directly into like a job for.
And then go back to school and go do something else.
Go back to school again. Yeah. So like the fact that you're actually doing it, and even if it's just like an extra along with like, I imagine most people have like 2 jobs or 1 job. If you have 1 job and you have this Upwork money on top of your job, that's still like that's still dope.
I mean,
That's
that
still
would
dope.
be hard, I think, like, because I do it full time. So,
Yeah.
it's like, I think it would be a little hard to do it not full time, low key.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're,
What about like part time?
I think
Say
part
like
time might be more
yeah.
viable if you're already locked in, low key.
Yeah.
I think that it's something, it's definitely like like a bit of a risky move.
Yeah.
But to, at least like for me, I definitely couldn't have done it if I was also working a job on the side, because it was just,
Yeah.
it was so insane. You know what I mean? Like going from not like no experience in that industry
Yeah.
to like being able to like say this is my professional background.
Yeah.
I really had to like put
Take a leap.
I had to put all my cards on the table for that one. I think there's plenty of people who could probably run it part time. It would just be really hard, but plenty of people can go harder than I can. So you know what I mean? Like people can. I think I trend towards a more like flow type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I think maybe someone who really is like, I'm gonna work like 12 hours on Thursday and Friday, you know what I mean? And then I'm just gonna sit and apply for jobs on Tuesday, Wednesday. Like you could probably do that, but
So if you're
it
more
might be
like,
horrible though.
yeah. So if you know how to really manage your time, you can actually put in those hours and get that extra.
Tuesday, Wednesday is the only important days anyways. Tuesday is the most important day. So really, yeah, you could really do whatever.
Yeah.
I think especially...
That's on Upwork, like those days?
Yeah,
you just see those days as good days?
Those are the good days.
Wow. Okay. So like, it would be good to just go on Upwork Tuesdays and Thursdays and look for gigs. Or
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
If you're short on time, that's the most important days to make sure you're there.
Okay.
And that's when I definitely do it the most. Like that's why I'm able to do the interview right now, because it's not Tuesday. So
So do you? I want to ask you a question, kind of controversial. Do you think AI can take your job? All you're doing right now,
actually was thinking about it.
Just disappear. Nobody wants to hit you up because AI is just like something. What do you think that's possible?
I think probably not for a while, but not because AI can't do editing work.
Yeah.
But more because if you were to use AI instead of an editor, you're gonna still have to watch it back and then like do post-production. So you're gonna be editing. You know what I mean? Like even if you use, like let's say you use AI to like do a bunch of cutting for you. Now you have to sit and you have to watch those cuts and you have to make sure that like that's how you want it, and you might have to will have to remove something, because it AI can do a lot, but it can't necessarily read your mind on like exactly how do you want this video to be done.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, AI video editing tools exist, and I want to figure out how to use more of them to make things easier. But I think just because of the way that editing is at the very end of post-production, it is at the final product is what you're editing together. I think that kind of protects it in a way from I think AI could definitely threaten editors in the sense like fewer editors could get more done. You know what I mean? So if you're working on like a big team of people for like movies or something, I could see that, like those jobs getting minimized. But in terms of like what I do, like the smaller scale stuff, I don't see AI being able to take that, like things like that away, just because it's like people already just want one editor. You know what I mean? Like they just want one editor anyway. So you're not really, they would, even with AI, they still sort of need like one guy.
Okay.
Like to,
so you are AI safe. You are safe from AI annihilation. You would say actually AI would actually help what you're doing, help your.
I think it'll make it easier if you know how to use it. Yeah.
Okay.
I bet though AI is like, I don't know, I feel like it's one of those things. It's like it's gonna be a very slow, very very slow progression into society, like
because it has to learn more.
And like people have to make software, like have to actually make the tools that you can download, and you know what I mean. You still have to. It's still a tool you have to use. So it's kind of like there's someone who has to do it. You know what I mean? Who has to utilize it.
Well, so. I want to ask you, how do you deal with distraction? Because you're working from home, right? Basically, so how do you deal with distraction? You know,
I mean, you just have no money, and so you have to. You know what I mean? Like it's like when you have no money, and you have to edit this video, and you will have money. I mean, like that's what I was saying about the full-time thing, like why it really kind of like. I feel like locked it in different, because it's just like you have no choice, and you have time, like you know what I mean. Like when you have enough time, literally nothing else that you can do, and you're kind of fucked if you don't do this right now. That just that sends it.
Yeah.
Like that for me at least, as someone who's like I really struggled in school, obviously, and like struggled with distraction and like just kind of like how to routinely get things done. I mean, I like working out too. Like I feel like that really just having like a consistent thing that you do that you know you're gonna do every day and that like makes you feel good can be really good for also like sitting down, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like just like when it's time to
Mhm.
just like be
Mhm.
focused and not move.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to kind of have that. Like I have like a exercise bike in my room, so
Oh.
you know what I mean. So I'll
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Nice.
hop on that and then get off, and
Yeah.
now I'm like kind of like I like just yeah movement and just do, like yeah. I mean enjoying editing. It also helps like
Yeah.
if it's something that you like doing because that's why I think it would be really hard if you don't enjoy it, but it could still be like sort of it could be done. But I think it's just way better, yeah. Like if you're just a weirdo who for some reason enjoys cutting videos, because
Yeah.
it's fun in a way. It's a
Mhm.
kind of like a bitch sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's fun too.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Fitness, and that's like a regimen. Keep you focused. You know.
Yeah,
That's cool.
eating good. You know
Eating
what I
good.
mean? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So what's like a top secret tip you would have for like, so you already told us like how you would start it or whatever, or you get into it and you're messaging people and say the person gets somebody. What's like a top secret tip you would have for like a beginner
Top
to
secret tip.
help them like, in their journey just started? What's like a something that helped you when you just started
Hmm.
out?
I mean, I feel like the Tuesday Wednesday is my like top secret tip, low
Yeah.
key, because that one it took me a little while to figure that out, and then I
Mm,
was like, damn, like Tuesday is different.
yeah.
Like when because you can see applications any day of the week, but when you do applications on Tuesday, even if you just start, you're probably gonna get something.
Yeah.
Probably get something,
Mm,
because it's literally that's the day. I mean, if I learned about it a little bit because my dad's like a businessman type of
mm-hmm.
guy, and he was telling me that's like in business that's the usual like real work days is Tuesday through Thursday,
Mm,
because Monday kind of everybody just came in like
yeah.
nobody's sitting like, oh yeah, let's go do Upwork,
Mm-hmm.
like let's get people on Upwork messaging us like
Yeah.
fresh off a Monday, like like
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
nah nah,
Mm-hmm.
but Tuesday, you know what I mean, then it's like they have to now, like
Yeah.
like you got to
Yeah.
post some shit up,
Gotta
so.
get going. Yeah. All right.
Tuesday's the day.
So that's a big tip right there for anybody starting out. As like, put that in your schedule.
You want to be on the timeline of people who are making a lot more money than you. You know what I mean? Like you want to be trying to kind of time yourself around. Like that's when I'll hit people up too. I have clients, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
who like yeah, I know that, like they travel a lot and are
Mm-hmm.
like making a lot of money and whatever, doing whatever the hell. So I try to only hit them up. Like if like this one guy, I only hit him up on Friday because he will sometimes like rent. It's not a great habit of his, but also he pays me a lot of money. So like he'll hit me up on a Friday, you know what I mean? Be like, "Oh, Key, do you think you can do something for me this weekend?" So on
Mm-hmm.
Fridays I'll actually hit him up and I'll be like, "Hey, like I'm around this weekend if you need
Yeah.
me." Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just figuring out like how do you make yourself available and like what is the yeah, like
Yeah.
just like what's the flow?
Yeah.
Just
What's the
catching the
flow?
flow.
Mm.
Like, cause I got like one time a really easy $400 job that I did in an hour or two
Mm.
at 7 p.m. Like it was it was so dumb.
Wow.
Like I was headed to the gym and then I was like, I should just make sure, like I should make sure there's nothing to apply for here. And then there was a big one to
Whoa.
apply for, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, noon to 7. Before noon, there's not a lot of stuff in my
Mm-hmm.
experience. And
Mm-hmm.
this is again, we're in EST New York time,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
So.
easier. You know what I
So
mean,
yeah.
in a way, because we're synced up with a
Yeah.
lot of the like big,
Stock market and all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like we're at like the center of the financial
Yeah.
world in a lot of ways. So
Yep. Mm-hmm.
that's
Definitely.
12 p.m.
So if
EST
you're anywhere
specifically.
else
Yeah.
in the world, just go to
Align with
New
New
York
York
time.
time.
Align with
Yeah.
New York time and do that. That'll work for you. All right. So where would you see yourself? So you're doing this right now, and I think you say maybe about 2 years almost, or
Yeah,
so,
year and a half,
year and a
but
half.
pushing 2.
Okay. well, where do you see yourself then in like 5 years,
I'll
let's
work
say?
for a company
Or
probably. I'll probably work for like some like I don't know. I've met and like worked with people who work in companies as just editors, like or like art directors and stuff like that. So
hmm
I don't really know like what it is specifically I'd get hired for, but there's a lot of in-house video editors that like work in like it could be something ass low key. Like it could be like I get paid like 40K a year and I'm making like not that fun corporate videos for a year and then I'm
Yeah.
like I'm good on that. You know, like could be something like that. I don't really know, but
Yeah.
I mean 5 years, I'd hope in 5 years I'd hope to like I'd really hope to take it to a point where I can actually get paid good money to make music videos and like good money to like contribute to creative projects that I actually like am directing and like my creative vision is considered invaluable too. You know what I mean? Because I have done stuff like that. I've had YouTube channels where it's like they're not even that big, but I think the people who run them just make a lot of money. So they pay me like good, like actually like sustainable like rent bread to just make music videos before. So
Oh,
yeah, so like that's and that you know I mean I'm still not even 2 years in. So imagine
yeah.
7 years. If I'm 7 years in, I would hope at that point I'm doing that type of thing
Okay.
more often. I think so. I think so. Yeah.
That's what. That's what's up. So, what would you tell to a young kid, say, not somebody who's 25, like somebody in high school,
Yeah.
right? Who's like, yo, this dude doing this, like, I want to start doing it. What would you tell them
Just edit a
to?
lot. I was probably editing for 2 years. That sounds short when I say that. I was editing for like 2.5 years though before I got into it professionally.
Oh,
I that's not that long realistically, but I mean, I was making beats for like 4 years, which I again I think is a very similar process in a lot of ways. Like at least the way I got into it. So you could say I was editing for 4 years or like somewhere in that range. I was definitely comfortable with the software, and when I was a teenager, I was doing a lot of stuff like that too. I used to do Photoshop. I still do. I get paid to do Photoshop and stuff
oh,
sometimes. So
cool.
there we'll do that here and there, and I used to do Cinema 4D, like just I don't know, whatever. Like anything that you find interesting, you should do. Really, like anything that you think is cool that seems hard, like you should just try it. Like you just look it up and see if you can make something like shitty or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's kind of like a Bruce Lee quote, low key. But you
Yeah.
just want to like move with honesty or like move with sincerity. Like you want to like really do things because you like think it's cool and you want to like learn how to do it.
All right. So, do you have any courses or like products or mentorships that you offer?
Not really. I mean, if people want to hire me for editing, bro, like I'll fucking edit.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, or if any, like yeah. My name's Adrian Wilson specifically, and if you look me up on Upwork, I think I'm the only Adrian Wilson. I don't know if there's another one. But I'm top rated on Upwork and have the 20K all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely. I mean, that's like just a great way to reach out to me professionally too. Like if anybody ever, if you did have questions or wanted to pay me for what's it called? Uh, I don't even remember the term, but there's a term for when you're when consultant. If you if you want
Consulting.
if you want
Oh,
to pay me for
so you
consulting.
offer that too?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm not doing
So,
that often, but I can
so,
definitely like offer some more specific advice on how to write a cover letter and how to like. There's also tricks with video editing, I think, where it's like you just have to learn how to just make it look good. Like
yeah.
you don't have to like. There's no like official. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing's official with it. You just have to like just lock it in.
Just lock it in.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Just make
Yeah.
it look right.
Make it
I
look
do
right.
weird stuff to videos sometimes where it's like, oh, this like animation's glitching out. You know what I mean? So then I'll just render a version, like a different version of it, and then just kind of clip it over. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just doing like just the little stuff like that. It really ties it together, and if they knew what you were doing, it might seem ghetto, but you just know how to do it, so it's all good. You know,
That's
like
what's up. That's what's up. You just gotta get it done
just
to
gotta
it.
get you could. That's what's great
It's
about
good
video
enough.
editing too. You could do that weird stuff. You could do that ghetto stuff, and like
Yeah.
they don't, you know what I mean? They don't know what you're doing. Like,
Yeah. You're
like,
just doing it and they're like,
yeah.
yo, it looks cool. It looks cool. Like,
It
yeah.
looks smooth, man.
Well, just make sure it looks good enough that they like it, right?
Yeah, just make it smooth. Just
That's what's
move
up,
with
bro.
sincerity. You know what
That's
I
what's
mean?
up.
Just make it something you think you're like, yeah, that looks good. Like,
Yeah.
if they don't like it, whatever. Like,
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, where can people find you?
yeah, Upwork, Adrian Wilson. Also, I'm also on Instagram. Is kind of odd name, but you can look up Winslow Beats, Winslo, Beats, and that is I upload. That's just like music stuff I do. And there's also Winslow Edits, and that's a place where I upload remixes and
On
I do
Instagram
like.
too.
No, all my music stuff's Winslow Beats on Instagram, but
Okay.
on YouTube there is another channel called Winslow Edits.
Oh,
And I
I'll
I'll,
plug that in.
yeah, I do like that's a new project I just started doing where it's really a combination of the video and music work. Like I did like a Lana Del Rey and Lil Peep mashup. That was cool.
Oh,
You ever listen to the Paragons?
no.
It's like old reggae from like the '60s.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll play you something real quick before I
yeah,
hop
yeah,
out. Like, we should play
yeah,
that track one time. But yeah, Winslow,
yeah.
Adrian Wilson.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah. All right, man. Yo, it was good having you pull up here. I appreciate you sharing all
oh yeah,
your
of
ins
course,
and outs of it. Like I just want this to really help somebody who's just getting started, you know.
dude.
Like, and I saw your success. I'm like, yo, all right, let's talk about it. Let me know let's tell me how you're doing this,
So
you
much of
know.
it too was just that cover letter and the Tuesday. I swear, like I didn't figure out
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday till like September last year.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like a
Yeah.
year in, I figured it out. And then I'm telling you that I made way more money in the last 6 months than I have up till that
Yeah.
point. And it was the cover letters and that Tuesday, Wednesday. It just
All right.
locked
There
it
you have
in.
it. Get your cover letters up Tuesday, Wednesday.
Get your vocab right on a
Get your
Tuesday,
vocab right on a Tuesday.
and you'll be pretty good. Like
You'll be
you
good.
could. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, you might just get yourself locked into something.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know, even if you don't know what. That's what I've done plenty of times. I didn't know what the
Yeah.
fuck I was doing, but just it's
Yeah.
locked in. I'm stressed out, but you know what? That's you just play it. You just play. It's a game. So
Yeah.
just run it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the end of this video. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to subscribe to see more profits, and we out.